Today we are doing cooking. I'm in the house and I just thought, let me make cake for my kids. So I don't have an oven. I've not connected my gas to the oven. So I thought I could use a double-sided pan. And I'm sure many women know about this. You can use a double-sided pan and use the direct fire to make cake. So I have my ingredients here. I normally make a very easy cake, and today I want to make the vanilla cake. So our first ingredient, we have vanilla essence. This ones you buy from the supermarket. I have baking powder. I have milk, which is important. I have self-raising flour, meaning it has baking powder, but I like adding an extra amount of baking powder so that it doesn't fail me. I want to tell you I'm not so good in making cakes, so yeah, I just started learning, and when I realized when I make cake using my direct fire and the double-sided pan, my cakes don't backfire. I have 3 eggs. Normally they suggest that you can use more than 3 eggs, but I prefer, I mean, they say 6 eggs, but why use 6 eggs? The cake doesn't fade, you know. Sugar, we need some sugar. They ask for a lot of sugar, but I'm very keen about diet. I mean, about using a lot of sugar, so I cut down the sugar, but I put enough so that it's sponge cake. Then I have oil. This oil is for the cake to make it spongy. So now, where do we start? Also need a mixer. You can use your hands and that thing that you know, mix like this. But at least I have a mixer with me, so it makes it very easy for me to mix the ingredients very easily. So now, where do we start from? We need 3 cups of flour. So today I'll use this cup, size of cup, and yeah. So I'll pour the flour into the cup. Let's not fill it up too much. Good. So we're good on the flour, and remember it is self-raising. I remember there's a time I did without self-raising flour, and the outcome was not as good as I would have wanted. Then I think because I've made this cake many times, that's why I'm mixing it randomly. They recommend a cup of sugar so that the cake is spongy. So we'll do a cup of sugar. You can use any sugar if you have the refined one. If you have the refined one, so we have a cup of sugar. I'll put it in there. Then they recommend that if you have, if you want, you can do more sugar, but I don't like sugar. I don't like sugar at all, so I try to cut it down. I think a tablespoon of baking powder. I like putting a little extra so that the cake does not backfire on me. My sons will laugh at me, so I don't want them laughing. So they'll be like, "Mom, you're making a cake, what happened?" So I like adding a little extra so that it doesn't fail me, so that if it rises very well. Thank you for that. So that is done. So we have baking powder. Never forget baking powder, because without this, oh my God, you're in trouble. Your cake will be a waste. Then once we have that, I want us to move to the power source so that we can do the mixing. Here we add the power source, and what I want to put is, I like putting some salt so that it cancels out the sugar. Remember, I started by saying I don't like sugar, so I don't want my cakes very sweet. So that's an option. It's not something that you must do. Then some oil. Let me move the camera so that you see it. Some oil. There you are. I use Elianto. You can use margarine, you can use Blue Band, but I prefer to use vegetable oil. So I'll pour it in. You see me pouring it in. The flour. So as we mix, let me put some milk. That's a full cup of milk. You can actually add a second cup of milk if you want, but I prefer to add water. It's your preference what you want to add. So my preference is water. I don't see why you should put a lot of milk. Still work with the milk. So just hold out as you mix. Remember we have eggs. So we add in the eggs. As you mix it, 3 eggs. As you mix 3 eggs. You can rub around the edges to make sure that all the fat and for cakes, I think what is most important is the mixing. So remember we had vanilla, we were doing a vanilla cake. So the vanilla essence, I'll put 2 spoons because I love vanilla so much. So yeah, just 2 is enough. Depends on how far or close you want the taste or the smell. Remember, it should be heavy. Make sure your mixture is heavy. If it is not so heavy but also not very light. If it is very light, then there's a problem. It means your cake will not be good. It will not be well made. So the ingredients I've shared have to make the cake heavy. You're seeing how heavy it is. Sometimes I recommend just tasting. Never mind the eggs we put in, just to feel how your cake is coming and to feel if your ingredients are well mixed in. Then I think, yeah, we are ready. Let me set up the pan so that we can put it on the fire. So the time of reckoning is here. Yeah, this pan is for making chapati. So yeah, I think once you start making a cake with this, cakes with this pan, you have to buy another chapati pan because you can see how corroded mine has become. You also need this pan. You need this double-sided pan. I'm sure most women have this. So this is what we'll use to make our cake. So let's just set it up. We want to apply some margarine, but we want to go traditional. I have already set the pan with low heat. I'm actually reducing the heat. You can see some smoke coming out, and we pour some salt. Now this is where the traditional part comes in. Remember, people used to make cakes using sand, so salt is supposed to replace the sand. Once we have the salt, we lay it out lay it out across the pan. So this is supposed to make sure that the pan, or it's supposed to hold the heat or the warmth so that the cake can cook nicely around this. And by the way, so as we wait for that to heat up, let's set up and let's apply some margarine to the pan. Margarine. We use our fingers. If you have a brush, you know, the kitchen brush, you can use it. I don't have one, so I'll use my fingers. The food is for my children, so yeah, definitely you must have washed your hands before you do this. So this double-sided pan is non-stick, but I prefer to still use margarine. Traditionally, you know, we make cake, we have to you say oil in the pan, something like that, so that the cake doesn't stick and let you down. At the end of the day, we've used a lot of ingredients, so we don't want to let ourselves down. And remember, our children are waiting for this cake. So let me show you how I'm applying. I'm trying to use as little margarine as I can, so that because it's non-stick, I'm just using as little as I can. So I think there's a brush you can use, but if you're commercial, this is just for me and my kids, so it's up to you. Yeah. So there we are. The pan is coming up nicely. The pan is oiled and ready for the cake to come and there we are. So here you can see the pan is ready. The pan is ready, people. The fire is ready, waiting for us. So you remember mixture we made. Yeah, so we pour it into the pan. You can see how heavy it is. I actually must have made more than my pan can hold, but we'll see what to do. So clean it off there. So if you have some food color, you can add on to the cake. But yeah, if you want the color to be, the cake to be yellow, to be green, you can do food color. But today we didn't do that. Because yeah, that is, we want it white today. So here we are, quite heavy. Let me move the camera so that you see it. There we are, and we are ready. We are ready, people. So what we do, we close the pan, and yeah, we lift the pan slowly. I don't know if I can do that with one hand as I hold the camera. And we place it on the pan. Try and place it on the center, so that yeah, so that the cake, the pan sits at the center of your gas. So you can see I've placed it at the center. Remember, I reduced the heat to the lowest heat. Don't make a mistake of putting higher heat, because the cake will burn. It will burn before the cake, before the time. So we are going to leave it there for 20 minutes. Let's see you after 20 minutes so that we come and turn the cake. This cake will take 40 minutes. So one side will be 20 minutes. As we turn the cake, the other side will be 20 minutes, and our sponge cake will be ready for the kids to eat. See you in 20 minutes. Guys, it's exciting. I want to show you something. There we are. So we can open our pan slowly just to see if our cake has risen. And oh my God, there it is. 20 minutes are up. Let me place the mic so that we shift the cake. So this is how we flip the cake. I want to open the pan slowly so that we see if it has become brown. Oh, there we are. The cake is brown. I don't want to leave it open for a while. Let's wait for it. We give it again 20 minutes. Then yeah, we see if the cake is ready. Remember, the heat continues to be low. So people, I'm so excited. Our cake is ready. Our cake is ready. So we want to check it out. So it's time to check it out. So how do you know the cake is ready? Traditionally, you know, we just do this, and the breadcrumbs will tell you the cake is ready. People, are you seeing the breadcrumbs? I'm so excited. Our cake is good. The breadcrumbs show you that the cake is well done. So yeah, I wish you people were here for us to share the cake with you. So my sponge cake is ready, and you're seeing how it's you know, I'm pressing it and it's sinking in. So I wish you were here, people, I'd share the cake with you. I have to move it to the cake rack so that it can cool down. I've turned on the fire, and there is our cake. So I want us to cut our cake. I just want to show you that the cake is well done. So that you can see that the cake is well done. So that you don't doubt me when I tell you you can use your pan and make your cake. So I wish you'd see how the cake is disseminating nicely. See how good the cake looks. Wow, I'm so excited. So the cake is still hot. So I'm not a cake lover, but I can take a piece. The cake is lovely. Thank you, people. Thank you so much for watching. This is Miss Nyakiba. I'm so happy that you guys have been able to support me finish this cake. And next time, let's watch out and see what else we can make in this cake.